Hello, it's Electra Snow, and there's not many things I'm an expert on in life. But if there's one thing I do know, it's plants. And I have seen a plant propagation hack video going around on Twitter. With over 13, probably 14 million views by now. So, let's watch that video, shall we? I haven't watched this whole video, but I've seen the first part of somebody sticking a rose flower and the stem, a piece of honey, and then sticking it in a potato. Now, I then see them stick that potato in a pot, and that's all I watched. So, let's actually watch the whole video and see what this is all about. Because if somebody's sticking a rose into a potato and expecting the rose to grow, you're gonna have something grow. It's gonna be the potato. The rose is just gonna die. Alright, here we go. Now, they're getting a rose, and they're sticking it into a potato. Oh yeah, look, roots. Great. Honey stimulates roots and potato fertilizes. Potato fertilizes. For what reason is a cutting going to need fertilizer if it's got no roots? A potato is not going to fertilize a rose cutting. Oh look, this is what you'll get, but you ain't going to get that. You'll get something grow out of that pot, but it'll be potatoes. That rose is not going to grow at all. Water bottle, scissors, poke holes, succulent. Why? Let's make a water bottle look like a succulent hedgehog. 4 weeks, okay. Now, yes, in some theory that will work, but that's a hell of a lot of effort when you could just literally leave the leaf of the succulent on the top of the soil and it will do exactly the same thing. Oh look, she's come back from holiday. Dead plants. Well, get somebody to water your plants, you silly bitch. What's the hack for this? Okay, water, plant, rope. There is some truth to that, because that will be like a self-watering system because the roots will wick the water out of the vase. But if you're going to do that properly, you pull the plant and its root system out of the pot slightly. You then put the rope into the bottom of the pot, and then you put the plant back on top of it so the roots are in contact with that rope, and it will wick the water up. That will work to some extent. But just get somebody to water your plants. Come back from holiday and oh look, dead plants. Obviously. Okay, so there's a spathiphyllum, which is peace lily, and somebody's skanky hair, which they're putting into the pot, and nitrogen. Oh yeah, look, miraculous! My hair solved my plant problems. Adding your hair to a plant is not going to give it nitrogen. That hair is going to have to rot in that pot to any way, shape or form give that plant nitrogen. Just use fertilizer. Oh look, they watered the peace lily and it revived. That was not your hair that did that. A hornworm, great. If you've got hornworms on your plants indoors, you're going to have some big moths, that's all I'm going to say. What the hell are you doing? I put pencil shavings on top of my plant and no more bugs. Water bottle with the top cut off. A coffee filter. Soil which you've got all over the desk, which you could have just scooped into the pot. I mean, okay, if that will work, but if that's the only saving grace of this video, that's not saying a lot. No plant food. We'll go and buy plant food then. Lemon, sugar, bleach. Did she just use a glue gun to make a hole in the top of that bottle? Like, what? Why couldn't you have just mixed that in the water before you put the flowers in? You knew you had no plant feed in that packet before you arranged the flowers. So why go to all that trouble of putting that in a bottle and then drilling a hole in the top of it to put that into the vase that you was already going to use the water in anyway? Rice, water. You just add rice to water and get the starch out of the water, right? And what benefit is this going to be to anything? Oh, and you freeze it, so you make it unusable because it's too cold to put on any plants. Adding starched ice cubes to an orchid is not going to do anything apart from kill the roots because it's so cold. Oh look, we're cooking dinner again. We got eggs. I let the eggs cool. It's just like that video that was going around where you add an egg to vinegar and then you add an egg to this and it gets bigger every time. Who gives a shit? It's an egg. Let cool. What are we doing with eggs? You think there is any amount of valuable, useful calcium in egg water to give to a plant? There's actually more calcium in the water coming straight out of the tap in 90% of cases if you live in an area of hard water. Okay, we've got a shoe wall mount thing. Pebbles, soil. Why are you putting oranges in there? You're putting seeds in the oranges? For what benefit was it to put the seeds in the oranges? Orange. Seeds. Why? Oh look. CGI flies flying around my plant. Oh no, what am I going to do? Maybe contact the fool that put those around there and think like, what the fuck are you doing in your life spending all that time making CGI flies around a plant? Soap is not going to repel flies. This is not something you're going to want to do if you're going to be getting into houseplants or propagating plants. It's not going to give you green thumbs in the slightest. It is going to give you black ones. Like, this will kill any plant that you try and do this on. This is not going to propagate anything beneficial. You're going to grow a potato and you manage to make a hanging plant garden out of the tops of bottles. Whoopee. That's great credit for this video. Two things that are going to work for you. You're going to grow potatoes and you're going to have a shitty water bottle garden. What is this video? Your plants are going to die, love. You alright? Your plants are going to die. Off. I think I just lost brain cells.